champions. We laugh a lot, we rap a lot. I'm at Sabia, Indian. Again, I'm telling them that Collinsville is where it's at. So when we on the field of court, they better be aware of that. They scared of that. Of course, look at the ceiling. What up, Mr. Floyd? Yeah, Collinsville. And yes, I'm glad to say that I'm a Kahok. I'm about to graduate. Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
White and purple, yeah, I know you see it. You see the chaos and you tell yourself you wanna be it. I go to CHS, so I am a champ. I ran this game so long I'm starting to get a stomach cramp. Class of 1, 2, but we're number 1. Shout out to all my juniors, yeah, you know we get it done. White and purple, you already know. It's little easy peasy and that boy lay low.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
I'm by my white and purple, Scarface and DJ Screw. We on the peak of the mountain, best at what we do. Yeah, we the champs, homie, but we ain't selling shoes. These boys bleeding purple, call us the cheapest crew. They don't gotta do it big, cause I don't play with sports. I play my cards right. Now a good report. When Dub 12 comes, it's time to roll off. I'm the back cause everybody rolling with me, Kahawks.
Yeah, you know what it is.
Look, all the freshmen, all the fresh sophomores,
High school champions.
yeah, they know what it is.
All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
we shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
And a very good evening, everyone, as we welcome you to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium here on the campus of Collinsville High School, as we are ready to get you set for a little boys basketball action as your Collinsville Kahawks return home to take on the Alton Redbirds. I am Todd Duke, and we welcome you in to the Culp Jennings Florist pregame show. Culp Jennings Florist is a staple in the Collinsville area, has been for generation upon generation. Culp Jennings Florist is located at 517 West Clay Street. Can stop in for weekly specials. Of course, Christmas week wrapping up here real soon, and Culp Jennings Florist has all the poinsettias that you would need for your house or your business. They also have Christmas grave blankets as well as many other items to choose from. That's not just a house plant or a flower. So check out culpjennings.com for more information on what it is they have to offer. And if you are interested, give them a call at 344-0404. Collinsville comes into this contest perfect. They're 8-0 on the year, 3-0 in the Southwestern Conference under their 11th year head coach Darren Lee. For the Alton Redbirds, they're under a new guy this year, Dana Morgan. He is in his first year. He has his team right now at 5-2 and 1-1 in Southwestern Conference play. And Dana Morgan took over for Eric Smith, who was the head guy at Alton for 7 years, compiling a win mark of 133 against 76 losses. 3 times they were regional champions under Eric Smith, including last year's win here at CHS, which we're going to try and forget about with a big Collinsville win here tonight. Joining us on the program tonight is none other than Mr. Dave Wilhelm, formerly of the Belleville News Democrat, and we're glad that he's with us here as we get you set for this game between Collinsville and Alton. How are you doing, sir?
Oh, great. It's great to be back in a high school gym. I don't get out to these games as much anymore, but boy, it's still, the electricity is still there, and the fans are there. You see a lot of familiar faces, and should be a great game, too. Good competition.
What are you doing with yourself these days?
I am, my special title, it's you have to have a great title these days. I work for the city of St. Peters, Missouri. I am a multimedia let me think. I hardly ever call myself a multimedia communications specialist. Now, that involves a lot of different things, wear a lot of different hats, but that's kind of the official title they've given me. It's a fun job. It's different from this job, but it's you find a few things you like, you latch onto them, you have a great time with it.
Well, we are not going to do the traditional pre-recorded interview that we normally do because we have Dave Wilhelm with us tonight. We don't get a chance to talk to him too often, so we're going to talk to him. And then they're going to do a special tribute here to longtime Kahok fan as well as Kahok basketball player from back in the day, Jerry Sulky. So we have all that to look forward to. We're going to take our first break here on the Culp Jennings Flores pregame show. When we come back, Mr. Wilhelm and I will talk a little bit about the upcoming Prairie Farms Holiday Tournament. We'll do that next on the Kahok Sports Network.
Culp Jennings Flores, a Collinsville original since 1939. Culp Jennings Flores has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all designs, from traditional to trend-setting. Culp Jennings Flores is of course your place for beautiful flowers, suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Culp Jennings Flores is there for any life's major moments. Culp Jennings Flores, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online at culpjennings.com.
And once again, we welcome you back into the Culp Jennings Flores pregame show here on the Kahok Sports Network. Todd Duke, Dave Wilhelm along with you, getting you ready for this game between Collinsville and Alton. But before we do that, we're going to talk about the 36th Annual Holiday Classic, which gets underway 1 week from today. This will be my temporary address for 3 days, you know. Yeah, so, yeah. All right, so everybody around here, obviously, Mr. Wilhelm, thinks that Collinsville is the team to beat in this year's tournament.
I think they are. I mean, they don't really traditionally seed the teams like they used to, but Collinsville is clearly the number 1 seed. They're ranked number 5 in the state in Class 4. They're 8-0. They've had some great wins. Chicago Morgan Park. They haven't done anything to make anyone think that they aren't the number 1 seed. But as we know, being the number 1 seed and then going out there and doing it, those are two different things. And they'll have to go out there for 4 games and prove that they are as good as they appear to be.
Yeah, we'll get some competition, that's for sure. One of the teams that we really don't know much about, a new team to this year's Prairie Farms Holiday Classic, is Mundelein. They also, at this point, I believe, are still undefeated.
Yeah, Mundelein, I believe they were 8-0 or 9-0 when I was doing the preview for the tournament program. I think they were 9-0, coached by former Collinsville Athletic Director Matt Badgley. I think they have some good inside-outside attack. They've won some tough games. They like to get up and down the floor. So that's going to be a legitimate contender for the championship. I think they'd probably be the number 2 seed.
Lincoln, always a force to be reckoned with.
And Lincoln could be the number 2 seed also. I think them and Mundelein kind of go back and forth. Lincoln's got a traditional team. They do the 1-2-2 ball press. They move the ball around. All of them can shoot threes. They don't have a Gavin Block this year, but they got all 5 guys that can shoot the three, and they're going to be a threat. And they're always kind of a tournament darling down here. Everybody loves the old-style basketball.
Yeah, and another one of those teams you can throw in the old-style grouping is the Quincy Blue Devils. They always come to play, and they always make it tough on anyone they play.
Yeah, Quincy's going to be a force. They haven't had great tournaments here the last few years, but they're always formidable. They got off to a pretty good start. Coach Douglas missed the first 5 or 6 games, I think, from a suspension, but they did okay without him. They've kept their head above water, and I think they're going to be playing some pretty good ball coming in. I'm not sure what they have personnel-wise. They're not quite as deep, I don't think, as they've been other years, but they'll be formidable as always.
Another team to keep an eye on during the 36th Annual Prairie Farms Holiday Classic are the E-Rabs of Rockford East. They were a tough team to deal with last year.
Yeah, they are. They're going to be good again this year. They had a tough schedule. They started out 4-3. They don't have the star power of last year when they had Sincere Parker lighting up from 30-foot three-pointers and things like that. But they've got some good depth. They got a few returning guys, but not a lot. But still, they played well together. They have good chemistry, and Coach Sackmaster really likes what they have, and he thinks they can contend down here.
I love that last name, Sackmaster.
That's a great name. It should be a football coach.
That's
though,
what I'm
right?
saying, too, yeah.
Offensive line coach.
Yeah. All right, and, of course, the defending champions are the Springfield Southeast Spartans, but they lost a couple of really key players off of last year's championship team, so I don't see them being much of a favorite to win this thing this year.
Yeah, Coach Neil Alexander from Lincoln said he thinks they're rebuilding, and, James Dent, I think the guy who hit the shot last year to beat Collinsville in the championship game, is back. But beyond that, really a young nucleus and really no one who is a recognizable name to people who were following the tournament the last couple of years.
You're going to be here to spend some time with us?
I hope so. I don't know yet what my role is going to be. I might be covering some games for the Post-Dispatch, or I may just be here doing something that Clay Smith wants me to do. But I like to stay involved. That's why I chose to. Clay asked me if I wanted to write the program. I said, oh, yeah, for sure, because I've done that 29, 30 years in a row, and I don't want to give up that, and I want to stay involved. So if Clay can use me, I'll be available, or if the Post needs me, I'll be available for them too.
All right, we're going to take another break here on the Cullip Jennings Flores pregame show. When we come back, we'll get you set up for this game between Collinsville and Alton, and that's coming your way next on the Kahok Sports Network.
Cullip Jennings Flores, a Collinsville original since 1939. Cullip Jennings Flores has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all designs, from traditional to trend settings. Cullip Jennings Flores is of course your place for beautiful flowers, suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Cullip Jennings Flores is there for any life's major moments. Cullip Jennings Flores, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online at collipjennings.com.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future, to create your inheritance, to build your vision, to anticipate the known and unknown, and to find potential in both, and build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
Cullip Jennings Flores, a Collinsville original since 1939. Cullip Jennings Flores has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all designs, from traditional to trend settings. Cullip Jennings Flores is of course your place for beautiful flowers, suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Cullip Jennings Flores is there for any life's major moments. Cullip Jennings Flores, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online at collipjennings.com.
Back here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium as we get you set for this game between Collinsville and Alton. I'm Todd Duke, Dave Wilhelm along with us. And, we forgot to talk about Alton in that Prairie Farms Holiday Classic. We totally bypassed them, and they're a good team. Collinsville knows all about them.
Yeah, O'Fallon is they I think 7-2 coming in, at least to this point. Collinsville won on a last-second three-pointer. They're highly skilled, and Sean Riley in the middle is a great player. They got a nice shooter in Jay Tebby. Not Jay Tebby, but can't think of his first name. Tebby. Good three-point shooter, and they got a couple other guys off the bench. And they can play any style. They can play physical. They can play fast. They can play whatever style, and that gives teams problems.
We're going to take another break. When we come back, we'll have our tribute to Jerry Sulky after that on the Kahok Sports Network.
Cullip Jennings Flores, a Collinsville original since 1939. Cullip Jennings Flores has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all designs, from traditional to trend settings. Cullip Jennings Flores is of course your place for beautiful flowers, suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Cullip Jennings Flores is there for any life's major moments. Cullip Jennings Flores, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online at collipjennings.com.
Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they do catering, wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses and delicious sides. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road, or check out the lunch buffet at the Columbus Plaza location on 157 in Collinsville. Call Cafe Agape at 345-CAFE, 345-2233. Yes, they still cater. Cafe Agape, that's some good eats.
Call Up Jennings Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. Call Up Jennings Florist has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all designs, from traditional to trend settings. Call Up Jennings Florist is of course your place for beautiful flowers, suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Call Up Jennings Florist is there for any life's major moments. Call Up Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online at callupjennings.com.
And once again, we welcome you back to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium here in Collinsville, getting ready for the boys basketball game between Collinsville and Alton. But beforehand, they are going to have a special tribute to longtime Kahok Jerry Sulky and my friend over here, David Wellham. You know Jerry and got some stories to pass along, I'm sure.
Jerry was probably one of the best Collinsville fans you could know. He was almost at every game. Very big supporter, always wearing his purple sweatshirt. Of course, his dad, Gus, was a scorer for a long time on the scorer's table. And Stacy, his daughter, has been the scorer for a long time. You see her over there now. But the Selkies have been on that scorer's table. There's been a Sulky on that scorer's table for quite some time now. But Gus and Jerry and now Sarah and Stacy, they've been Kahok fans. Jane, of course, his wife, has been a big fan of Kahoks through the year. Jerry was just unbelievable. Always at a game and always waved his purple banner. There was no one like Jerry.
And was never afraid to help anybody that's wearing purple and white learn or play the game of basketball better.
Yeah, and Jerry was glad to help the officials out too if they needed any help. He didn't mind that. I remember one time, one of the funniest stories I have of Jerry lately is we were at O'Fallon for the Collinsville O'Fallon game, and Jerry didn't like the foul situation. It must have been 7-3 or something. 7 fouls on Collinsville, 3 on O'Fallon. And Jerry yelled at the refs. He goes, "Look at the fouls! Look at the fouls!" And I told Jerry at halftime, I go, "Jerry, I know you don't like the foul situation, but the refs aren't out there to make this fouls even." He goes, "Well, we're not fouling that much. I know that." And that was the end of it. You couldn't change his mind. You couldn't convince him the officials were calling it accurately. But it was funny. That's how he was. He loved his team, and he backed his team.
Yeah, and of course, I've never got to see him play because he graduated, I think, 64, and I was born in 63, so I don't know anything about his playing days.
Yeah, I don't know either. I just know he enjoyed the game. He traveled with the Kahoks. He came to the home games. I mean, I believe he's in the friend of basketball in the IBCA Hall of Fame, I believe, and I think that's the case. If I'm wrong, I apologize, but I think that's what it is.
And I know that this current Kahok team misses him as well because they decided to move this tribute from halftime to the pregame because the team wanted to be out here on the floor to experience it as well.
And he would really enjoy watching this team, Todd. You know that. Jerry would be all over this team. Of course, he's seen a lot of good teams in his time at Collinsville, but he would really enjoy this team. And it is nice. I mean, these kids knew him. And Coach Lee, I'm sure, is one to perpetuate Jerry's existence and as a fan here and everything he did for the program. So, yeah, it'll be nice to have the players out here for that.
All right, well, we're just moments away from that tribute, so our final break coming up here on the Call Up Jennings Florist pregame show. When we come back, we will get the pregame festivities underway next on the Kahok Sports Network.
Call Up Jennings Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. Call Up Jennings Florist has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all designs, from traditional to trend settings. Call Up Jennings Florist is of course your place for beautiful flowers, suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Call Up Jennings Florist is there for any life's major moments. Call Up Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online at callupjennings.com.
We are back at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, and we will turn things over here to Chad Burgess, the PA announcer here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, as the tribute to Jerry Sulky is just moments away. Stay tuned.
Coaches and spectators. Profanity, racial or ethnic comments or other intimidating actions directed at officials, student athletes, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated in a grounds floor room from the competition. Collinsville High School's a smoke-free environment and your cooperation will be appreciated. Your officials for tonight's game are Bobby Cole, Andy Special, and Eddie Wooten. They deserve to be extended every courtesy available to handle this responsibility in a professional manner. We ask you to also assume your responsibility for good sportsmanship. Thank you once again for your cooperation. Ladies and gentlemen, this past spring, Kahok basketball and the Kahok community lost one of its biggest supporters. Jerry Sulky was a member of the 1962, 1963, and 1964 Kahok basketball teams. He started at point guard for 2 seasons, helping the team to a 54-4 record. During his junior year, Coach Virgil Fletcher said Jerry has shown more improvement in the course of the season than any boy on the team. In the regional tournament championship game against Alton, he gave us one of the greatest games a Collinsville guard has ever played, and we've had some good ones. You have to throw a pass over the defending player, and it has to be timed perfectly. Jerry does a real good job of it. Jerry finished his career with 347 assists. This makes him 6th in career assists for Collinsville High School. An article written about Jerry called him the trigger man. He was the outside man in Collinsville's high-scoring offense and triggered the patterns and fired many of the high passes to Roger Collinsville, which characterized the Collinsville offense. Jerry grew up desiring to play for Coach Virgil Fletcher. He was quoted as saying, "That's what you dreamed about as a kid in Collinsville, playing for Coach Fletcher and winning a state tournament." He was also fortunate to play grade school ball for his dad, Gus Sulky. Gus was the Collinsville scorekeeper for 51 years. Gus was inducted into the IBCA Hall of Fame in 1975 as a friend of basketball. Jerry's brother, Jim Sulky, started the 1957 Kahok team that finished 2nd at the state tournament. After graduating from Collinsville, Jerry continued to attend and support Collinsville basketball, along with his wife, Jane, and daughters, Stacy and Sarah. In recent years, he was able to add grandchildren, Tommy, Timmy, Audrey, and Ryan, to the bleachers next to him. He was inducted into the IBCA Hall of Fame in 2016 as a friend of basketball. Let's give Jerry Sulky and the Sulky family a round of applause for his dedication to Kahok basketball and Kahok athletics.
Collip Jennings Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. Collip Jennings Florist has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all designs, from traditional to trend settings. Collip Jennings Florist is of course your place for beautiful flowers, suitable for any occasion, from anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings. Collip Jennings Florist is there for any life's major moments. Collip Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online at collipjennings.com.
Back here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, Todd Duke, Dave Wilhelm, Zach Roseman on the camera tonight, and we're glad that you're with us here on the Kahok Sports Network as we get you set for this game between Collinsville and Alton. That was a nice little tribute there for Jerry Sulky. I had no idea that you were talking about his dad, Gus. 51 years back behind that scorer's table.
Unbelievable. When I was at the Collinsville Herald way back in the day, we did a special section on Collinsville basketball. Of course, Gus was still living, and one of the stories we did was on Gus. And, 51 years, a long time. Man.
All right, here are your starters for this game between Alton and Collinsville. Alton will trot out Maury Woods. The 6'4" senior returns as their leading scorer. Jamarcus Gary, the 6'1" junior, also on the floor. Kylun Rivers, the 6'1" senior, Dante Heron, the 6'3" junior, and Andrew Jones, the 5'11" senior. For Collinsville, Kawan Smith on the floor, the 5'9" senior, followed by Rayshawn Taylor, the 6'1" senior, Nick Hall, the 6'7" junior, Laurent Geladini, the 6'3" senior, and David Granger getting the start tonight instead of Kadrian Jones. Granger, the 6'6" junior. Of course, Rayshawn Taylor coming in here, climbing up the charts, trying to become the Kahok's all-time leading scorer, trying to chase down Tom Parker and his 2,041 points from the late 60s. And right now, Rayshawn is in the number 8 spot. He took over the spot held by Mike Hunter, who graduated in 1984, and now he has his sights set on the number 7 spot, currently held down by Corey Garcia, who graduated in 1995, and Rayshawn's just 14 points away from taking over the number 7 spot. Next on the list, Bogey Redmond.
You know, and he's got a chance. I looked ahead. If he scores as many points as he did last year, he'll be number 1 on the list
at
the end of the season. So
yeah,
that's unbelievable. We're in that kind of tall cotton here with, you know, him doing so well with points. He sneaked up on people. I mean,
yeah, he scored 706 points last year as a junior, and he only needed 678 coming in. So he does have that outside shot chance, but we go from Corey Garcia, who has 1,564 points, up to Bogey Redmond, who has 1,714. So he'll need a very good tournament if he wants to catch Bogey sometime in the new year.
But he's capable of. He's capable of getting 30 during a game, and if he gets a couple of those big games, he'll be right there on the doorstep.
All right, we're just about ready to go. In the middle of the floor is Dante Heron, the 6'3" junior, against David Granger, the 6'6" junior for Collinsville. We are underway. Kahawks win the opening tip-off. Kawan Taylor gets it in the backcourt and starts moving his way forward. A very, very good JV game preceded this one. Collinsville won 46-43, and they had to do it in comeback style. And right off the bat, speaking of style, Maury Woods comes in and dunk right off the bat, gets things going as Alton's up 2-0.
Just kind of a careless, lazy pass there at the top of the key.
There's Collinsville. Kawan Smith gets it into Nate Hall. Baseline, kicks it back out. Jump ball, so to speak, and a loose ball picked up by Kawan Smith. He'll dump it off to Hall, off the glass, can't get it to roll, and the rebound comes down into the hands of Andrew Jones for Alton. Redbirds bring it back up. Here is Gary. Drives in from the corner over on the right side. No good. Rebound. That's picked up by Collinsville. Kahawks bring it up. Here is Rayshawn Taylor over on the right wing. He'll take a little floater. Can't get it to fall. Rebound belongs to Granger. Top of the key. Nate Hall for 3. Can't get it to go. Rebound. Granger puts it up. He's fouled on the way. He'll go to the line for 2.
Granger working hard on the offensive glass. Got a rebound. Got fouled on the way up. 2 shots for Collinsville here.
Andrew Jones picks up the game's first foul, and to the free throw line will be young Mr. Granger. And he comes in shooting 58.3% from the free throw line this year, having hit 7 of 12. First shot, line drive shot, and that one misses.
Not much air under that one.
Got to hit these freebies if you want to have a chance. No, Sulky would tell you that.
Yeah. Got to make free throws. In a game like this, it's going to be close. Free throws are going to be very important.
They are. Granger trying to hit one of the 2 after missing the first one, and he gets the roll. Took about 5 minutes, but it does fall down, and Collinsville is on the board. Here go the Alton Redbirds. That's Jamarcus Gary with the ball over to Woods, who started off this game with the big dunk. Over to Rivers. Rivers on the left wing, 6:45 to play here in this opening quarter. Here is Gary. Hands the ball off, and now back out toward the top of the key is Rivers. Rivers, big tall kid with a sleeve covering his entire left leg. Fires it over to Woods, and now into the corner for Jones. He dribbles and drives in the paint, takes an off-balance shot, can't get it to fall. Rebound falls down for Kawan Smith. Collinsville brings it back up. A shovel pass to Nate Hall, back to Smith. Free throw line shot, can't get it to roll, and the rebound belongs to Alton. Collinsville unfortunate on a couple of their early shots, can't get him to fall, and now an underhand acrobatic shot by Woods, no good. Rebound stuffed and put back up anyway, and then another rebound volleyed around and handled by Woods, and now Rayshawn throws it off of Woods. Out of bounds it goes, and Collinsville will get the ball back.
Kind of a frenetic pace, kind of a sloppy pace so far, but nice rebound there by Granger to keep the play alive.
2-1 in favor of Alton as Kawan Smith brings the ball up across the timeline. Fast-paced start, even though it is sloppy, it is very quick. Here's Taylor with a three-point shot. That one doesn't fall. Rebound belongs to the Alton Redbirds and Maury Woods. He is the returning leading rebounder from last year as well. He puts up a shot, and Maury Woods has all 4 points on the board for Alton at this point. 4-1 in favor of the Redbirds.
He's having no trouble getting to the rim.
Here's Kawan Smith. Smith over on the left wing. Gives a one-arm pass over to Taylor. 5:15 left here in this first quarter. Collinsville trailing by 3. 4-1 Alton. Gelladini gives it back to Smith, almost poked out of bounds. Now Smith with it in the left corner once again. Brings it out. Gary providing the defense. Smith tells Taylor to trade places with him, excuse me. Here's Nate Hall back to Taylor near the midcourt stripe. Taylor, free throw line. Does a little zigzag move and off the glass for 2. Rayshawn Taylor is on the board.
Now you see him, now you don't. Boy, he went right by him. Great move.
In the corner it goes to Woods. One-arm pass out here for Rivers. Over onto the wing now for Gary. Gary on the left wing will retreat back to the midcourt stripe with 4:35 left to play here in this first quarter. Bounce pass over to Jones. Jones gets it back to Woods. Woods back to Jones on the wing. Launches a 3 from there. That one's good. First three-pointer of the night belongs to the Alton Redbirds. Redbirds remain in the lead, this time by 4. 7-3, 4:15 to play. First quarter action. Here is Kawan Smith for Collinsville. Smith, a bounce pass to Gelladini. Gelladini on the wing. Finds Hall streaking on the right side of the lane. Uncovered, and Hall banks it off the glass for 2.
Good vision by Gelladini, and got a good look at Hall, who flashed in there on the weak side.
There is Jones again, and he steps out of bounds. And the referees are intense in this thing as too, aren't they?
These guys get fired up for the games too.
Yeah, they do. Here's Kawan Smith. Smith brings the ball up for Alton. Of course, Donovan Clay graduated as the leading scorer last year for Alton with 516 points. Here's Kawan Smith with a shot. That won't fall. And the rebound belongs to Alton. And then you had Malik Smith, who is number 2 scorer on the team. As Alton turns the ball over again, up to Granger. Granger lost the handle. Kawan Smith trying to find it, and off of Rayshawn's ankle and out of bounds.
It's like a hot potato out there right now.
Yeah, it is.
Nobody can really control the ball and get it under control. But you know, you would expect that from two teams that like to run. Both these teams like to get up and down the floor and find an opening to get through the middle of the defense.
So Alton graduated about 837 points off of last year's team that upset Collinsville here on their home floor in the regional championship game. Collinsville trying to get a little payback. Those guys on the floor remember all that. Over onto the wing it goes, and first team second.
I'm not sure whether Collinsville was set on that, but when you lower your shoulder like that, you're not going to get the call.
Collinsville with the ball, trailing by 2, 7-5. Alton has lead into the corner. Taylor bluffs going down baseline and gives to Gelladini. Back over to Taylor. Gelladini will throw it over to the other side now. Into the corner it goes. Nate Hall for 3, and that's short, and a foul on first shot. Good.
Those kind of fouls will drive a coach crazy. Number one, you're fouling a guy on a three-point shot, but number two, it's your second foul. Less than 6 minutes into the game.
Nate Hall, senior, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah, and you put some muscle on that frame,
yep.
He's going to be quite the player.
And he can only hit one of the 3. Rebound belongs to the Alton Redbirds, and the Redbirds lead by 1. Here is Maury Woods. Woods gets it over to Rivers. Back over onto the wing now for Gary. Gary trying to dump it off inside for Heron. Heron takes the shot, can't get it to go. Granger with the rebound. Collinsville brings it back up. Here is Rayshawn Taylor. He'll take it in all by himself. Collinsville has their first lead of the day. It's 8-7. Here is Rivers. He'll give it to Woods. Woods over on the top of the wing, or excuse me, top of the key with 2:15 left to play here in this first quarter. Here is Rivers. He'll dump the ball off to Gary. Gary almost lost control of it into the corner. Heron a 3-point shot. That misses the mark. Rebound belongs to Rayshawn Taylor. And Collinsville brings the ball up with 2 minutes to go here in quarter number 1. Rayshawn. Over to this side now for Kawan Smith. And Skeet brings it up to the top of the key. 1:45 to go here in the first. Smith dumps it off to Geladini. Geladini circles in the paint, takes the shot, gets it to go.
Left-hander.
Collinsville extends their lead to 10-7. 90 seconds to play here in this first quarter. Here comes Jamarcus Gary, the 6'1 junior. Fires a pass over onto the wing to Maury Woods. Woods. Top of the key now for Rivers. Rivers over on the far side for Gary, right in front of the Kahok bench. Here is Woods, offset from the free throw line. He'll hit that little jumper. And Woods now at 6 points on the night. Brings his team back to within 1. 10-9 in favor of Collinsville. 1:05 to go here in this first quarter. Here is Rayshawn Taylor. Taylor moves it up across the timeline, being watched by Rivers. Rayshawn takes it around the top of the key, looks for some penetration, and that one is thrown away. Trying to find Smith in the corner, but Rayshawn lost the handle on it. Each team has now had 3 turnovers, and Alton will see if they can retake the lead and get some points off of this latest Kahok turnover. Inbound pass comes in from Rivers into the backcourt for Gary. Gary moves the ball forward. Switches directions and hands the ball off. Now over on the left wing, it's Rivers, top of the key, and skirts his way over onto the right wing. Loose ball picked up by Collinsville. Kahawks turn to take advantage of a turnover. No look pass. Geladini can't get it to go. Rebound. Granger has it stripped out of his hands. And then a throwdown trying to get it out of bounds. Loose ball picked up by Alton. And the Alton Redbirds do finally take advantage of a turnover for Collinsville, and they do retake the lead. Redbirds are up 11-10. 15 seconds to go here in this first quarter. Rayshawn Taylor coming down, holding up the number 1. Everybody wearing purple and white knows what that means. And the handoff is to Geladini. 6 seconds left. Geladini to Taylor. Back over to Geladini. Back to Taylor. Bluffs the 3. Now he pulls back, takes the 3. Oh, boy! From way downtown, Rayshawn Taylor hits a 3 at the buzzer. And Collinsville has a 13-11 lead as we head to quarter number 2 in just a minute here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahok Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
Todd Duke, Dave Wilhelm, and Zach Roseman along with you as we have finished one quarter of play. As Collinsville has a 13-11 lead over Alton. And over the years, sir, Collinsville holds a distinct advantage over these Alton Redbirds. 164 wins for Collinsville compared to 80 for Alton, but that's been kind of flip-flopped over the last 20 years or so.
Yeah, I think a lot of that was very early because the last 2 decades, I think it's pretty even. Boy, Alton's had some great teams. It's been a rivalry. It's kind of a rivalry that's developed over the years.
Sure has. Here we are in the second quarter underway, and Alton with the ball as the Redbirds trail by 2, 13-11 in favor of Collinsville. Here is Rivers. Rivers moves it up over onto the right wing, now dumps it off into the corner for Edwards. His shot no good, and a rebound tipped around for a while. Kawan Smith comes up with it. Kadrian Jones in the game for the first time. Oh, boy. Rayshawn Taylor not only can score, he can dish off some great assists, and that was one of them right there while he was falling out of bounds.
He'll find you. If you're open, he'll find you, and that's what he does. If they're covered, he'll just score. I mean, he's unstoppable.
There's Rivers, and he'll drive in, and that's going to be a blocking foul. That could have went the other way.
Yeah, that again, a situation where you lower your shoulder a little bit. It's hard to get that call, but he did.
Rayshawn Taylor picks up Collinsville's first foul of the game. They didn't foul at all in the first quarter. And like I said, that one could have went the other way as well, so we could be looking at no fouls at this point. But Alton gets the ball back, and they'll inbound from underneath of their own basket. Maury Woods will do those honors. And he'll look and find Heron, and Heron muscles his way in there and uses a bit of the rim to get those 2 points. 15-13, Collinsville still up by 2. Here's Rayshawn. Taylor moves the ball up across the timeline. Last game before the big Prairie Farms Holiday Basketball Tournament, as Logan Carlisle is in the game for the first time tonight as well. Here is Rayshawn, drives baseline, dumps it out. Gelladini in the corner, Carlisle for three. Oh, just bounced over the rim. Rayshawn there with the rebound. He'll put it back up, still can't get it to fall. And this time the rebound belongs to Alton, as heads up play by Heron to throw it off the big body there of Kadrian Jones, and it went out of bounds. Funny, though, I think the ball hit him and then bounced onto the guy who was standing out of bounds.
I thought that was coming the other way.
Yeah,
I thought
me
that was
too.
going to be Collinsville ball, but kind of a tough angle where we're at.
Here is Gary. Out to the top of the key now for Rivers. Rivers over to Heron. Heron inside. Shot, no good. Rebound. Rayshawn pulls it down. Taylor brings the ball back up with 6:15 left to play here in this opening half. And from the free throw line, good for two more. Rayshawn already over double digits. He's got 11. And Collinsville leads 17-13. Here is Maury Woods. He picks up his dribble, throws it into the paint to Heron. Heron, an off-angle shot. Makes that look easy enough, as though that was not a very easy shot.
You know, Granger was given a little more athletic ability in there, and some of these shots have been contested. Kadrian twice has kind of been looking the other way.
And a official's timeout on the floor as somebody lost something. Not sure what that is.
Sure either.
I'll give it to Amanda Bauer. She's got the plastic glove on. Give it to her.
Yeah, she knows what to do with it.
Throw it away.
something that was.
I think it was a bandage. Yeah.
On the upper right thigh of Rayshawn Taylor.
It came off, and the referees got it off the floor and then checked Rayshawn's leg to make sure he wasn't bleeding. And
it probably had, we used to call them strawberries. I'm sure that's what he's dealing with.
I'm sure.
He slipped on these some kind of floor burn.
I remember those.
Oh, those were painful.
Yes, they are.
Oh, boy.
Carpet burns. Just same thing.
Oh, yeah.
Here is Kawan Smith. He'll pull up, and he had a little bit of a screen from almost everybody on the floor. And now a jump ball is going to be called, and the possession arrow in favor of Collinsville. First game played between these two teams was in the 1911-1912 season.
That was a great game.
You weren't there for that, were you?
Yeah, I was, actually, yeah. Some days I feel like I was.
Don't have a score for the game, but we know Collinsville won, and that year Alton went 8-4, while Collinsville went 15-5. Three-point shot for Jones.
That might have been the score, 8-4. It could have been the final.
Could have been.
It was a steal by Taylor.
And Rayshawn can't get it to go. And a rebound. That's almost the splits there by Gary. I don't know how he managed to keep his feet and not get called for a travel. I'd be in the hospital.
You know, the kind of shots Rayshawn's getting, he has a chance to get 30 tonight. He's getting some good looks at the basket. He's missed some shots that he normally makes.
Yeah. Sliding through the lane is Woods, and a foul coming up against Kadrian Jones. Jones will pick up his first. That's the team's second. 4:59 left to play here in this second quarter. And to the free throw line will be Maury Woods. Woods on the year, 50%, 12 of 24 from the charity stripe. First one for Woods is good. Alton climbs back to within one. Woods trying to tie it up here. Rivers heads out for the Alton Redbirds. Woods at the free throw line, ready for another shot. That one's off to the right. Rebound belongs to Gelladini. And we have Lonnie Tate that took the place of Rivers for the Alton Redbirds. Here is Gelladini. He'll dump it off underneath. No look pass, and the only person that was looking was Maury Woods, and he almost came in there and stole that away. And now we're going to have a timeout on the floor. Alton's timeout, a 30-second timeout. So we'll step aside for 30 seconds as well. Back in a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Plumbing or electrical problems? Is your AC or heater on the fritz? There are dozens of companies out there, but do you really know who you're letting in your home? Trust Tiger. Our technicians are clean-cut, drug-free, and background-checked. What other company can make this bold statement? Our 24-hour emergency service will ensure your plumbing, heating, AC, and electric are up and running no matter what time of day it is. Schedule your appointment today. Tiger Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical Services. We earn our stripes every day.
Todd Duke, Dave Wilhelm, Zach Roseman back with you from Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium here on a Friday before Christmas. Hope everybody got their Christmas shopping list all completed because you're running out of time if you haven't.
Yeah, precious couple of days.
The only thing I have left to do is buy scratch-offs for stocking stuffers. That's the only thing I have left.
That's easy enough.
Yes, it is.
Just avoid the mall.
I don't go to that place.
Yeah.
I used to work there. I stay away from there.
Yeah.
Here's Gelladini on the inbound. Does so to Rayshawn Taylor at the end of the Alton bench. Rayshawn back to Gelladini. Back to Rayshawn. Inside, trying to find Kadrian Jones in the paint. The big man muscles his way in. And count it. And the bruise. Looks like it's going to go against Dante Heron. That'll be his first, team fourth. Count the 2 points for Jones, and he'll have a chance to make it 3. Kadrian on the year, 6 of 14, or 42.9%. You know, he'd like to up that a little bit.
That might be a play that gets him going. He's been kind of sluggish so far in this game. Granger was doing a good job rebounding-wise, but Kadrian gives him a little more bulk and strength inside. Maybe that's a play that he can build upon.
Can't hit the free throw, and the rebound belongs to the Alton Redbirds. Alton works it around, now inside, and they kick it back outside. Drive baseline, and not a lot of room there, so pulling up and taking the shot was Gary, and it ends up out of bounds, last touched by Collinsville. .418 left to play here in quarter number 2. This is our last game until the Prairie Farms basketball tournament, so I got 6 days in a row with nothing going on, no work, no games. Looking forward to a little family time and to relax a little bit before the 3-day tournament.
And you'll need to relax. That's 3 grueling days.
It is.
You know.
Luckily, we have a built-in day off this year with the tournament coming on a Sunday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday off. Monday we'll finish up. Shot. No, they're going to say don't count the bucket. Foul was on the floor. It'll be the 5th team foul for Alton.
Yeah, with some fresh legs in that tournament for that championship day.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a bad thing.
No, not at all. Jamarcus Gary picks up his first foul. It's good for me, too, man. I was a little slap happy by the time day 3 rolled around last year.
Oh, yeah. You leave here and you're not sure what you've seen.
I know.
It's just been 3 days. It's a blur. It's a fun 3 days.
3-pointer for Rayshawn. That one's a little short. Gelladini picks up the rebound. Rebound to Hall for 3. Yes! That'll make up the 1-for-3 performance at the free throw line earlier for Nate Hall.
It's a big shot. He's got a nice stroke.
He does. Loose ball almost in the paint. Alton stays with it. Into the corner it goes for Tate.
Zoning.
Tate got caught. Dumps it off to Woods. Woods drives baseline and gets a couple of more points. Woods up to 9 now. And it's a 22-18 contest. Collinsville with the 4-point lead. 3:20 left to play here in this second quarter. Hall, Jones, off the glass, good for 2.
Big basket inside. They need some points in the paint.
They do. Here is Woods in the corner. He'll launch a 3. That one's good.
He's good.
He is. That's the second 3-pointer tonight, hit by Alton, and that one brings them back to within 3. Here is Rayshawn Taylor. Rayshawn, a couple of Alton players waiting to come in at the next whistle. Rayshawn over to Smith, to Nate Hall, where he just hit his 3-pointer from. Pass to Gelladini. Now to Taylor. He'll drive baseline, take the off-balance shot, can't get it to go. And Kadrian Jones knocks it out of bounds, and Alton will get the ball back. Last 20 years between these two teams, they've met 6 times in the playoffs. Collinsville's only won 1 of those. That was the year that Collinsville won the regional championship from East St. Louis. Or no, that was a loss because we lost to Alton in the sectional semi game.
Down Bevel East, I think, right?
Last win, 49-43. Over Alton, that was in 2010. That was the regional semifinal. We lost to Edwardsville in the regional championship game, 51-32.
I tell you, there's no place like Collinsville in the playoffs. And everybody's wearing the purple, and the Collinsville's playing well. This town still loves its basketball team.
Foul called against Laurent Gelladini, so Alton will get the ball, and they'll inbound underneath of their own basket. Heron, he gets it, and I don't even know how do you call that against Jones? All Jones did was stand there and put up his hands, and Heron ran into him, take the shot, and called it against Collinsville. I don't get it.
Yeah, he was standing straight up. I didn't see any contact, actually. I mean, he's standing with both arms straight up.
So Dante Heron with a chance at the free throw line. Heron on the year, 11 of 16 from the charity stripe. First shot, no good. 24-21. Yeah, I don't understand some of those calls.
It's almost like they have to call something because there was some kind of contact.
Because there was contact. Maybe while he was raising his hands up in the air, he made contact. I don't know. Next one from Heron on the way. And that one is no good as well.
Teams are struggling from the line.
All right, Sean Taylor is there with the rebound. He might end up with a triple-double tonight if he keeps this up.
Anything's possible with Ray Sean.
There is Taylor. To Smith, to Hall. Back over to Smith. Now to Hall in the corner. To Kadrian Jones. Baseline, and he travels. Sixth turnover for the Kahawks. And Alton with a chance to get within one or maybe tie it with a three-point shot. Here comes Kylan Rivers. Rivers brings the ball up for Alton. Works it over onto the right wing. Now to the top of the key for Woods. Over on the far side for Tate. Tate has it on the left wing. Back to the top of the key now for Heron. Dribble, drive, and he travels.
I was going to say, that looked like a travel, Larry.
So each team travels, and each team picks up their sixth turnover.
I think that's one call they're really paying attention to more this year, the head fake and the go one way, go the other way. They're calling that more and more.
So Giladini's going to come back in. Granger's going to go have a drink of water. And Taylor inbounds to Kawan Smith right at the end of the Kahawk bench in front of the purple blazer wearing Darren Lee.
Darren looks pretty good in that purple.
He does.
He likes that coat. He wears it a lot now.
There's a loose, oh man.
Great pass by Rashawn.
Sure was. Man, oh man.
He's a difference maker in every facet of the game.
26-21. Collinsville up by 5. Woods from in front of the free throw line takes the shot, can't get it to go. Rebound is knocked out of bounds. Rashawn got his hands on it first and then kind of handed it to Giladini while he was in midair, and Giladini couldn't hold on to the ball.
Giladini does a lot of the intangibles out there. He's not fancy or anything, but he just makes plays. He's
legs for days.
Yeah.
I think his waistline comes up to my chest.
Oh.
Inbound pass coming in from Maury Woods for Alton. He looks and he finds Rivers on the wing. Rivers will drive into the perimeter. Spin move. Paint shot. No good. Dumps it off. And a reverse no-look layup by Heron. Hits for 2.
Yeah, just a lucky block for the win of the Alton hands.
There is Taylor. Over into the corner for Giladini. Giladini in the perimeter. Kicks it back out to Kawan Smith. To Giladini. Inside for Kadrian Jones. He almost lost the handle, puts a shot up. He's fouled, and Jones will go back to the free throw line.
Well, Alton has gone to a zone against Collinsville, so switching up.
This foul is going to belong to Andrew Jones again, so he comes in off the bench. Nope, they're going to change that one up. They're going to give it to player number 1. What? Player number 3. I swore I saw him hold up 2 fingers, but number 2's not out there, so therefore I was wrong. All right, there you go. Adrian Jones hits the first one this time. 27-23 in favor of Collinsville. Next one, good as well. So Jones extends the lead to 5. And a foul coming up against Kawan Smith. Fifth team foul for Collinsville. First one on Smith. And the inbound pass will come right at the end of the Alton bench by Maury Woods, the 6'4" senior. Inbounds.
Oh, he was not watching.
Well, not looking at all over there was Tate in the corner, so Collinsville will try to take advantage of the 7th Alton turnover.
He was looking to see what play they were calling. Seeing where everybody was going. He was not looking at the bottom of the ball.
Darren Lee, finishing up our thoughts on him. His 11th season as the Kahok head coach, his 31st overall. He's been doing this for a while. Here is Kawan Smith. Moves the ball up with 40 seconds to play here in this first half. Smith dribbles, drives, shoots, can't get it to go. Rebound. Whistled. And Kawan Smith is going to get called for a charging foul.
2 fouls in a few seconds on Kawan. That's not a smart foul.
No, not with a 5-point lead with 30
lead.
seconds to go.
Yeah, pull it out and go for one, or just don't charge the rim like that without a plan.
Caleb Bollinger is going to come into the game. Boy, he had a great game. He was the star of the game for the JV team. Collinsville, by the way, in that JV game, won 46-43. They were losing 37-26 after the third quarter. Tied it up 43-43 with 1:11 to play on a big three-point basket by Bollinger. And then Bollinger drives down, lays it up, gets the +1, hits it, and that provided the difference, 46-43. Good win for the junior varsity Kahawks.
Yeah, that's a guy who can get to the rim, too. We saw that a couple of times in that JV game.
Alton going to play for the last shot. Here is Gary. He'll dump it off and out front for Rivers into the corner. 3-point shot. That one's an air ball. And back the other way we go. 3 seconds left. Here is Rayshawn Taylor for 3. No good. At the buzzer.
You know, he probably had a little more time. He probably could have gotten 10 to 12 feet closer. He might have been able to beat the clock on that if he'd gone all the way to the rim.
28-23 at the end of the first half, and that will bring us into our halftime program, brought to you by my good friend Ron McGee and everybody at Cafe Agape in Collinsville. Nachos, burgers, way too many sides to choose from. Pork steaks, meatloaf. They have some of the best homemade food in the area made by people who care. Ron McGee and his daughter Dana sitting right over there under that sign that says home section, rubbing his face. Yeah, so he's the one who provides the food for the tournament.
Oh, better be nice then.
Yeah.
The tournament food's gotten a lot better over the years.
Oh, yeah. Ron takes care of us. So, Ron McGee, give him a call, 345-CAFE, 345-2233. We'll be back in a moment to recap this one, take a look at the scoreboard, and bring you some scores from around the area, and we'll do that on the Cafe Agape halftime show next on the Kahok Sports Network.
Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they do catering. Wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses and delicious sides. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road, or check out the lunch buffet at the Columbus Plaza location on 157 in Collinsville. Call Cafe Agape at 345-CAFE, 345-2233. Yes, they still cater. Cafe Agape, that's some good eats.
Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Whether building a new home, making an addition to the home you currently own, or finally getting around to that remodeling job you've been putting off, Pace Design and Construction in Maryville can help. Pace Design and Construction is a building and remodeling contractor you can trust. They provide the highest quality, they are dedicated to their customers, and are committed to completing your project on time and within budget. Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Give them a call at 618-407-5466, online at pacedesignconstruct.com, or on Facebook at Pace Construction Design. The people of Illinois welcome you. The folks in Collinsville, Illinois, well, they want you to stick around for a while and enjoy the sights, the fun, the food, and of course, the Collinsville Kahawks. The city of Collinsville is a proud supporter of the Collinsville Unit 10 School District. So welcome to Collinsville. Come on over, catch a Kahawks game, or enjoy some of the new places to eat, shop, and have fun. There's plenty to do for the young and the young at heart. Enjoy Christmas at the Collins House during the holidays, tunes at Bloom in the warm summer months, and more. There's plenty to do in Collinsville, so come on over for a bit. The folks in Collinsville would love to see you. For more information, go to www.collinsville.org. Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside All-Star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today at 618-344-2800 in Collinsville or 314-241-5600 5253 or online at lakesideroofing.com. Choose experience, choose Lakeside.
First National Bank of Waterloo, celebrating over 100 years of banking in the Metro East. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo's O'Fallon branch office for your mortgage and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, come see Bill Metzger at First National Bank of Waterloo in O'Fallon. Call Bill at 618-632-1010. Visit him at 104 Regency Park in O'Fallon or online at fnbwaterloo.com. That's my bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they do catering. Wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses and delicious sides. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road, or check out the lunch buffet at the Columbus Plaza location on 157 in Collinsville. Call Cafe Agape at 345-CAFE, 345-2233. Yes, they still cater. Cafe Agape, that's some good eats.
And once again, we welcome you back to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium here on the campus of Collinsville High School. Todd Duke, Dave Wilhelm, Zach Roseman along with you as we are at halftime, and we welcome you back into the Cafe Agape halftime show. Here's where we are at halftime. Collinsville leads 28-23. Kahoks led by 2 after one quarter of play when the score was 13-11. Collinsville then outscored Alton in that second quarter by a score of 15-12 to get us where we are now at a 5-point lead for the Kahoks at 28-23. Leading scorer in this one is not named Rayshawn Taylor. His name is Maury Woods for the Alton Redbirds, and he has 12 points so far here in this game, followed by his teammate Dante Herron with 6. Andrew Jones has 3, and Cameron Edwards has 2. Rayshawn Taylor right behind Woods, though, with 11 points for the Collinsville senior, 8 points for Nick Hall, 6 points for Kadrian Jones, 2 for Laurent Geladini, and 1 for David Granger. Rebound department, Collinsville wins that battle 12-8. The turnovers are even at 7 apiece. And from the lines, Collinsville went 4 of 7 from the free throw line, while Alton went 1 of 4. And beyond the three-point stripe, Collinsville hit 2 of 6, while Alton hit 2 of 4. Scores from around the area to pass along to you. Not much going on here, at least on my score stream. I have 22-14 lead by O'Fallon over Belleville East. That game is in the second quarter. And at halftime, Mount Vernon leading Altoff Catholic by a score of 23-14. There's a look at your halftime scoreboard and your halftime stats. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll recap this first half. Then we'll have third quarter action for you. All that and more coming up on the Kahok Sports Network.
Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they do catering. Wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses and delicious sides. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road, or check out the lunch buffet at the Columbus Plaza location on 157 in Collinsville. Call Cafe Agape at 345-CAFE, 345-2233. Yes, they still cater. Cafe Agape, that's some good eats. All Pro Tees in Caseyville is your place for custom apparel and has been for over 20 years now. Why? All Pro Tees can handle any size project, big or small, and they specialize in large group orders. At All Pro Tees, quality is number one on their list of priorities, as is evident by their excellent customer service. Did we mention All Pro Tees has over 20 years of experience? They can even help with fundraisers and event merchandising for your group. So for all of your apparel needs, for civic groups, sports teams, business outings, or even a family reunion, your apparel needs stop at All Pro Tees. All Pro Tees in Caseyville, right across the street from Kahok Stadium. Online at allprotees.com or on Facebook at All Pro Tees. Or call All Pro Tees at 344-2200.
Back at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, just about ready for second half action between Collinsville and the Alton Redbirds. We'll talk about Rayshawn Taylor until our faces turn blue. Number 2 in the St. Louis area in points scored right now. That includes all of the St. Louis schools, with 187 coming into this game. Number 1 was Sophora Rosas of St. Mary's, who had 196 points. That's also in 8 games, but St. Mary's is 2-6. And number 8 is Rayshawn in average points per game, averaging 23.4. Number 1 on that list is a gentleman named Schuyler Pimental from Riverview Gardens. He is averaging 30 points per game, but he has only played in 5 games. He scored 120 points, and Riverview Gardens is 1-4. So if you're Rayshawn Taylor there, Mr. Wilhelm, you're happy where you are because you're on an 8-0 team.
Yeah, the thing I like about Rayshawn is, he's a pure scorer, but he's not just a scorer. He's always looking for somebody that has a better opportunity to score than he does. He can score from 3, he can drive, he likes to play defense, and he likes to pass off. He's a pretty complete player. Now, at SIUE, he's not going to be big for a guard, but guys like him who can get open and create, there's always a place for you.
And, of course, Collinsville comes into this having won their first 8 games of the season. They had a 12-game win streak last year after that loss to Springfield Southeast in the championship game of the Prairie Farms tournament. Collinsville didn't lose again until a 67-64 loss right here at home to the eventual state champion Belleville West Maroons. And you know that these guys are just raring to get back at this Alton team for knocking them out, because everybody had their sights set on Belleville West in that sectional semi last year, and Alton ruined the plans.
Yeah, and you knew that was going to be a tough game that night, and it was. Donovan Clay had a real nice game for Alton, and he got the job done.
While we wait for Zach Roseman to get back from his CHS band duties, yours truly will run the camera here for a moment. We're underway in the third quarter, and Alton with the ball first as we switch ends, and the Alton Redbirds shooting at the basket closest to us. Here is Heron. Heron back out to the top of the key now for Rivers, and Rivers hands the ball off. 3-point shot coming for Gary. That misses the mark. Rebound belongs to Alton. Put back in. Good for Heron.
He's a nice player. He didn't play much for him last year. I don't think he was even on the roster, I don't recall, last year. He's a nice player. He's averaging about 9.3 points a game coming in.
Here is Collinsville's Smith. Gives to Gelladini. Top of the key, Taylor. A handoff to Nate Hall. Turnaround jump shot, good.
Really nice turnaround shot there. From my angle, that was in all the way.
I'll have to update the scoreboard here as soon as Zach comes back up. I can't do both. And a turnover. Collinsville with the ball back. Taylor, Hall, off the glass, too hard, and a blocking foul going to be called against Andrew Jones, and we just have to hope that Nate Hall's okay. He appears to be. Jones will pick up his 3rd foul now after being held out most of that first half after picking up a quick 2.
Looks like he landed on his right elbow.
Nate Hall to the free throw line. Hall was 1 of 3 at the free throw line in the first half. He had that foul during that 3-point shot, and he only made 1 of the 3 that he got, and this is the first one here. Hall's next shot, still no good. There's KJ with the rebound and the putback, though.
That's a big putback. Collinsville not shooting free throws well. Looks like a turnover there.
Neither team is shooting free throws very well.
Yeah, that's shaky.
Now Alton almost turned the ball over heading back up court. Now the inbound pass comes in, and the Redbirds start working their way up. Collinsville putting on some pressure in the backcourt, but that's broken, and flying high is Heron. And he banks in another 2. Here is Gelladini into the paint for KJ. Turnaround shot won't fall. And Alton comes back up. Floater. And that one's in for Jamarcus Gary, his first 2 points of this game.
Collinsville gets that lead up to 5, 6, 7, and they just can't add to it.
There's KJ in the paint. Off the glass, good for 2.
Another assist for Rayshawn.
(34-29). And another turnover. Collinsville brings it back the other way. Here is Geladini. Geladini brings it in over on the right wing, dumps it off in the corner to Kawan Smith. Smith takes it out of the corner and up to the wing and hands it off to Geladini underneath, and KJ with 6 straight points in the paint for the Kahawks, and Collinsville extends that lead up to 7. And another turnover. Collinsville gets the ball back. KJ again.
Man. Great play. Boy, Rayshawn. Look at Rayshawn. He has as much fun with that assist as he does scoring.
That is 8 points in a row for KJ.
Kadrian is coming up big now. He started off the game, Todd. He just didn't seem into it. He looked like he was looking the wrong way a couple of times, wasn't moving his feet. But boy, since that first couple of minutes, he's been pretty solid, and really he's taken Granger's time away tonight.
Timeout on the floor by Alton. We'll step aside as well. Back in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network. Are the lights on your dashboard putting on a show? Bring it to Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. Mike's Automotive is also a T3 certified tire center. They can handle all of the basics like oil changes and tune-ups, and the not-so-basics like complete engine rebuilds. Mike's Automotive also has 24-hour towing and has 3 locations: Millstadt, St. Louis, and in Collinsville. The Collinsville location is at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call 345-0611, online at mikesautomotive.net and Mike's Automotive on Facebook. Back here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. Todd Duke, Dave Wilhelm with you. Zach Roseman, hopefully he's back soon. I can't handle all this extra work, man. 38-29 our score, and it's been the KJ show here in the second half.
Yeah, Kadrian's really been the beneficiary of some nice passes from Rayshawn, but Kadrian's effort level is just so much better in the second half. He kind of picked it up late in the first half, and now he's just resumed what he did in the first half, and he's starting to get some points down. And, boy, I tell you, Rayshawn will find you.
KJ is at the free throw line. He was fouled by Maury Woods at the end of that play, so a chance for Kadrian to add on a point. He is 2 for 3 here in this game from the charity stripe, and that one finds its way home despite being off a little bit at the start. 39-29, biggest lead of the night so far for for Collinsville is 10. Alton comes in, and another turnover as that ball was stripped right out of the hands of Jamarcus Gary just as he was going up. There is Rayshawn. Pulls up, free throw line, good! Man.
He's unbelievable. He can do some things. It looks like you're in good shape with him. You've got him right in front of you, but he'll make a couple of moves and he'll get open and he'll shake you.
Here's Alton. They bring the ball back down. Get that out of here, says Nate Hall.
Yep. Nate Hall's been a pretty good defensive player tonight for Collinsville and inside. He's 6'7" and lean, but
now he's going to try a three-pointer. There you go. Oh.
Traveled before he got
he got the shot off.
The game is changing on defense here, Todd. The Collinsville's gotten pretty stubborn in the paint. A couple of blocks the last 2 times down, and their offense is feeding off the defense.
41-29 in favor of Collinsville. Alton with the ball, though, after the turnover by Nate Hall. Here is a loose ball, and that one finally picked up by Jones. Up to Gary. His shot no good. Rebound belongs to Kadrian Jones. Outlet pass to Geladini, and he'll give it up to Hall. Offset to the free throw line. Good for 2 more.
I think Alton's going to need a timeout here real soon. This game's getting
one.
Away from him. 14-point deficit now.
They just came off of a timeout. Here is Heron with a little hook shot. That won't fall. Rayshawn goes up there and gets another rebound. To Hall off the glass. Counted for 2 more.
Whatever they said in the timeout isn't working, and they need another one. 16-point game now.
Man, oh, man. Oh, a steal by Rayshawn. He'll go in all alone and slam it home.
That was a blink of an eye. We've gone from a game that was close to a blowout. 18-point lead for Collinsville. What a dunk. What a steal, first of all, by Rayshawn. And then You know, he's not tall, 6 foot, 6'1", but boy, he got up right there with a one-handed jam. And this crowd is on fire. 47-29 Collinsville.
You ain't kidding, man. I tell you what, Collinsville's been on the roll here since they came out of the locker room. I don't know what they drank in there, but give them some more.
Todd, this began with defense. This whole thing, their offensive has taken off because of the defense. They've gotten some blocks, they've gotten some key steals and some runouts, and they're pulling away because their defense is sparking the offense.
Tell me these guys don't remember that game last year in that regional
they
championship
do. Oh,
game.
absolutely. And I guarantee you Ray Sean said something in this locker room before the game or at halftime.
Yeah. Ray Sean now has, according to my calculations, 15 points, but looks like they only have him up there for 13.
Well, he's scoring so fast they probably don't have it up to date.
Yeah.
He's doing some great things out there. 47-29, 4:01 to play in the third quarter. Yeah, Collinsville looks hungry. And you know, this is going to be what's going to have to carry them through the year. They're going to have moments where they're a little sloppy. They're going to have to dig, and they're going to have to get fired up like this to beat teams because the deeper this season goes, the more teams are going to come after them. And they're going to have to handle somebody's best game and see how they do against that.
Kahawks have scored 19 points here in the first 4 minutes of this quarter.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
And how many are off the turnover?
Right. Well, let's see. They had 7 turnovers, did Alton, at the end of one half, and now they're up to 11.
Yeah, it seems like more than that.
Yeah, so they've turned the ball over 4 times in 4 minutes.
And Coach Morgan, I mean, I don't know what was said in the timeout, but whatever was said, they didn't buy in or didn't do it, so he had to call another one.
Zach Roseman's back on the camera. Uh-oh, now we're going to have another foul, and this one's going to go against Jones.
Tripping foul.
Jones is going to get called for his 4th foul.
Was it him, or did they call it on Woods?
They're going to call it on Woods.
Yeah, because Woods was down. I think he tripped over the leg.
So his second, team third. Collinsville will get to keep the ball. After yet another turnover, there's number 12. That's 5 in 4 minutes. Here is Kawan Smith. Smith gives it up to Taylor. Rayshawn works it up across the timeline. 3:45 left to play here in this third quarter. Rayshawn, top of the key. Drives, lane, good.
See, it looks like you have him in front of it. You're in good shape defensively, and then he makes one move and he's open. He shakes it with one move.
I can just stop adding the score onto the wrong side. I'll be good.
Look at the defense, Todd.
I know.
They're just all over him.
And now KJ's going to get called for a foul. That'll be his
third. And he didn't need to do that because they had him trapped. Well, they are buying in on defense. Somebody just got technical, and there's Kadrian again, who said something.
Yep.
And this is what we talked about earlier, the Springfield Southeast game last year.
We were talking about that before we came on.
This is going to be the thing. The two things that could stop Collinsville is Collinsville and its free throw shooting. These are situations that Coach Lee, I know, has to be aggravated about because this is what happened in the Southeast game, in the championship game of the tournament last year that cost them the championship.
Sure did.
Guys lost control of their emotions. It's great to be emotional, but you don't want to let their emotions get the best of you, and that's what's happening with Kadrian.
Shot good for Maury Woods as he's up there shooting the technical fouls.
I don't think Darren's going to be tolerant of this year. Kadrian's a senior now. He should know better. You got to be a leader there. You can't do that. You're up by 20 points.
Yep.
You just can't do it. Take your foul.
And, of course, that was for the technical. The foul on the floor was just the second team foul for Collinsville, so Alton was just going to get to inbound, but the technical turned into 2 shots, which Woods made both.
And Collinsville's in a position where Coach Lee can make a point of this and keep Kadrian on the bench for a while. It's too bad because Kadrian was having a nice game. And just one little thing, and they're listening for this stuff.
Oh, Hall just smacked another one out of there. But this time I think he got more skin as he's going to pick up his first foul. As Hall came back into the game as KJ went to the bench. Rayshawn Taylor is on the bench for the first time tonight, getting a little bit of a breather. 3:18 left to play here in this third quarter. Collinsville dominated the first 4 minutes. Alton with a chance to get back into it from the free throw line. And that's the third in a row made by Maury Woods. Woods with the next. He's good on both as well, so 4 for 4 here in the half for Woods from the free throw line, where he is 5 of 6 on the night. Oh, that one's off the ankle of Kawan, but it rolls right to Bollinger. Now Kawan gives it up to Hall. Hall on the wing. has the ball ripped up out of his hands. Collinsville's second turnover here in this half, and it's going to turn into 2 points for Kellon Rivers.
And all of a sudden it's a 14-point game.
Yeah,
and
just like that.
2 of your best players are off the floor.
2:50 left to play here in this third quarter. Here is Kawan Smith, splits the defense, puts on a spin move, gives to Hall for 3. No good, a little bit long. Granger's there with the rebound. Now we're going to have another foul against Andrew Jones. He'll pick up his 4th.
Yeah, plays like that, too, are going to be – there's going to be some tempers, I'm afraid, in this game, because that play, he was a defenseless player, and Andrew Jones just kind of backed into him, and he went down hard.
Yeah, he did, in midair.
This is a good litmus test for Collinsville to see how Collinsville can handle it without Rayshawn, without Cadron. Probably their 2 best players.
Now we're going to have another foul. This one looks like it's going to go away from the play. I don't have a number 13 on my roster.
You called that on Maury Woods.
I know who Maury Wills.
Yeah. I either want to call him Maury Wills or Maury Amsterdam.
Yep,
I'm not sure which one.
Tuesday afternoons with Maury.
Yes. Great book.
Yes, it is. 2:40 left to play here in this third. Collinsville retains the ball. They were trying to do the old inbound pass in the paint for a immediate 2 points, and a foul ensued. Here is Bollinger in front of his own bench. He'll take it around with a slingshot one-arm pass to Hall. Back out to the midcourt stripe for Kawan Smith. Skeet moves it in toward the perimeter. Free throw line and another foul.
I don't know how long Coach Lee is going to leave Rayshawn and Cadron out, but I might get Rayshawn back in soon.
Well, that's number 13's first personal foul. I was trying to listen for the name, and I couldn't hear the name. I'm guessing maybe
I think they put up the wrong.
Well, they got a kid out there wearing 13. I don't have a 13 on my list, but that doesn't mean anything. Could be a kid that's on my list that's just wearing a different jersey tonight.
The ever-changing roster.
And there's a turnover for Collinsville. Kawan Smith bounced that one off of his shoe once again. And Alton will get the ball back. Bringing the ball up court is Rivers. Rivers for Collinsville. Hands the ball off, and top of the key, 3-point shot. That one's too short for Maury Woods. Rebound belongs to Collinsville. And the Kahawks bring it up with 2 minutes left to play here in this third quarter. Kawan, double team. Zeladini to Hall, who floats in from the baseline for a couple of more.
Great ball work.
There's a 3-point shot from the wing. That one hits the mark for Cameron Edwards. It's a 51-38 game. Here is Bollinger trying to move around Mr. Edwards. Bollinger picks up his dribble. He's triple teamed. Somebody had to be open. Here is Nate Hall. Hall picks up his dribble over to Kawan Smith in front of his head coach Darren Lee. Smith works his way back to the midcourt stripe. 1:20 left to play here in this third. Over to Bollinger. Bollinger drives in, wide open lane, and what a nice dump off. And picking up the trash was David Granger. And Granger gives the Kahawks a couple of more points at 53-38. Turnaround shot, that's too short. And we're going to have a free throw for Alton as Nick Hall will get called for his second foul of the game.
Collinsville's got a lot of assists tonight.
Yeah, I don't have enough room to keep track of that, so we'll have to find that out tomorrow.
It seems like they've had at least 12 dozen of them for sure.
Kylon Rivers at the free throw line for the first time tonight. He hits his first one, and Rivers coming in, having hit 15 of 21 for 71.4% on the year. 1:05 left to play here in this third quarter. Rivers readies himself again and hits both of them. And now we're going to have a timeout because someone's shoe came off.
Well, we had a bandage and we had a shoe.
Cameron Edwards.
I don't know, Todd.
Keith Smith. Okay.
Did you see whether Rayshawn did anything on that technical? He left at the same time.
I don't know. They were both over at the same time, so it could have been KJ got the foul and Rayshawn got the technical, but I'm not sure. Keith Smith is our lucky number 13 participant winner on the floor for Alton. There's a shovel pass to Granger, and And just as Granger was going into the paint, Maury Woods comes by and picks it off, and now Collinsville commits another foul. Each team now has 12 turnovers.
This quarter can't end quick enough. I mean, we've seen the best and the worst of it here in this quarter.
First half was great. Second half, not so much.
And Darren Lee is just waiting for these 33.6 seconds to get off the clock so he can put those two guys back in. I'm guessing they'll put them both back in.
Gelladini gets called for that foul. That's his second, team fifth. And back to the free throw line, Maury Woods, who is a perfect 4 for 4 from the charity stripe here in this second half.